Hello. Hi.
Hello. Hi, I'm Matthew Forrest.
So I'm Zijun Chai.
I'm Shanza Siddiqui.
I'm Ethan Dritz, and
I am Sean Long.
so my task is actually working on task 5, which is class diagram design and also design for database.
My task for this assignment was to be the group leader, to coordinate with the rest of the group members, to create the list of tasks needed, and to review the final report before we submit it.
I am in charge of writing the report for this assignment.
It's identifying use cases for our software and making use case diagrams and writing out the requirement specification.
I was tasked with A, editing the video, and then B, revising user system requirements and problem statement from the previous report.
So since I never took the database class, it feels like this kind of database design helped me learn more about like database knowledge, especially about like MySQL and also MongoDB.
Not only from this assignment, but during class, like learning about the differences between user requirements and system requirements, and also drawing out the use cases with the Visio. So I learned a lot about that because I never used it before.
Definitely have been learning a lot about like requirements engineering as just a general process, and a lot of the like how that flows into like system diagrams and like use case diagrams, and just it's a pretty complex process with like a lot of depth to it, and I feel like I'm getting better at it.
I learned a little bit about requirements, how you go about designing them, how you design use case diagrams, and just the general process. The idea that you're building this from small components and putting it together.
And not just determining what the requirements are, but identifying the scope of those requirements and doing so. And that can be the hardest thing, is determining when to stop creating requirements for yourself. Getting a good grasp of the scope of projects is always a good way to limit the extra work that you're doing that doesn't actually contribute to the product, and in the future I think that would help me work more efficiently.
I mean, database is like very important in the future design, especially all kinds of like internet work, which they have like client, server, and all that. So that definitely apply in the future.
So in future jobs, even if I work in software engineering or any other aspect, I now know how to use the diagrams, and I also know the differences between user and system requirements, and those are always like important when you're working on these projects, so I think it'll help out.
Well, requirements engineering is a big first step to any software engineering. It's what you want to do first, and you want to do it right. So definitely a focus on quality, especially here, is really important.
I feel like this is just a generally very useful skill that I'm developing, that if I work in CS or software engineering or my own personal projects and stuff, I'm really going to have like a better workflow and template to like begin development and design of a project. So
The most challenging thing is actually, I mean, learning about like a lot of database knowledge, because I have to like Google a lot of terms and also like the definition of things. So it's hard, but that helps a lot. So.
I think the worst experience I had for this assignment was just not keeping up with everybody like I should have as the group leader, and letting us fall behind in our assignments tasks.
Probably the most challenging thing was trying to figure out what counts as an actor, what counts as a use case, and kind of how those things interact with each other. What counts as an association, kind of those definitions and associations.
definitely, it's just kind of a lot of this stuff is like kind of abstract. So especially when we're going over like work that's already been done and identifying like, is this like what it's supposed to be, and like what if it's not, like what's missing or what needs to be changed, and that's just difficult, but like I'm learning a lot because of it.
Challenging part would be, I guess, coordinating with other people in this assignment and trying to make sure that we can work together and get this assignment done on time.
Okay.
Yeah.